In the ancient kingdom of Zambe, there lived a wealthy chief named Obade. He was known for his vast lands, numerous wives, and treasures that glittered in the sun. But among all his possessions, one item stood out: the golden mask of Zambe, a sacred relic said to be a gift from the gods. Legends claim that whoever possessed the mask would wield immense power, but with it came a grave warning. If the mask was used for greed and selfishness, it would bring destruction upon its bearer. Despite the warning, Chief Obade basked in his wealth, using the mask to intimidate his enemies and demand more tributes from his people. He became ruthless, forcing young men into his army, seizing the lands of the poor, and taking young maidens as his wives against their will. The kingdom whispered about the chief's growing cruelty, but none dared to oppose him. The betrayal. One day, Obade's most trusted warrior, Duka, who had served him faithfully for many years, overheard the chief's plan to attack neighboring villages for more gold and slaves. Duka had seen enough of Obade's tyranny and could no longer stand by. He sought out the village elders and pleaded with them to stop the chief. "The gods will not sit idle while he defiles the sacred gift," Duka warned. "We must act before it is too late." But the elders were fearful. "He has the mask," one elder murmured. "The gods have granted him power." "The gods gave us wisdom," Duka countered, "and they warned us of what would happen if the mask was misused. We must listen." Despite their fears, a few brave villagers, including a young woman named Zina, who had lost her entire family to Obade's greed, agreed to help Duka. Together they devised a plan to steal the mask and break its curse. The heist. On the night of the new moon, while the chief lay asleep, Zina crept into his chambers, her heart pounding in her chest. She had learned from the old priestess that the mask had to be removed under the cover of darkness, or its curse would awaken. With delicate hands, she lifted the golden artifact from Obade's face. But as soon as the mask left his skin, the air in the room grew heavy. A strong gust of wind howled through the palace, knocking over torches and sending shadows dancing wildly on the walls. Obade gasped awake, his once mighty body writhing in pain as the curse took hold. "No!" he bellowed, his voice trembling with fear. His skin turned ashen, his eyes sank into his skull, and his body shriveled before their very eyes. In mere moments, the once powerful chief was reduced to dust, leaving only his ornate robes behind. The restoration. With Obade gone, Duka and Zina presented the golden mask to the priestess, who led a ceremony to return it to the sacred shrine deep within the forest. There the mask was placed upon an altar of stone, never to be worn again. The kingdom of Zambe slowly began to heal. The people were free from Obade's tyranny, and peace was restored. Duka became a wise and just leader, ruling with fairness and humility. Zina, whose courage had saved the kingdom, was honored as a heroine, and songs of her bravery were sung for generations. Moral of the story: power is a gift, but it must be wielded with wisdom and compassion. Greed and cruelty may grant temporary success, but in the end, justice will always prevail. Those who misuse their blessings will eventually face the consequences, for even the strongest cannot escape the hands of fate. Thank you for reading this tale. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to share it and spread the lessons it carries.